What could I possibly have to say about The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap that hasn't been said 1,000 times already? Well, nothing. I really don't have anything to add to the conversation, so rather than do a traditional review on this game, I'm going to provide you with a list of the 5 reasons I think this game is worthy of playing.
The graphics in Minish Cap are beautifully rendered. Capcom and its team of developers really did a superb job of depicting the world that is Hyrule, both the regular-sized human world, as well as the micro-sized world of the Minish people, the mythical elf-like creatures that inhabit it. The cartoonish art style that is oftentimes compared to that of Four Swords Adventures, the game's predecessor, is some of the best on the Game Boy Advance. The sprite design and textures are very reminiscent of those found on A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo, but the true winner in the graphics department is the details that went into the small world environments of the Minish. Simply put, the colors and details put into this game really bring the world and environments in and around Hyrule to life on the small screen of the Game Boy Advance. The plot for most Zelda games revolve around our hero rescuing Princess Zelda from some evil fiend who's usually cloaked in some sort of dark magic or mystery. Well, the Minish Cap is no different. In a nutshell, the gameplay revolves around young child Link rescuing our princess from a spell that was cast by the evil Vati, a former apprentice to a Minish inventor named Ezlo. Vati wins a sword contest at the annual Pickery Festival, and during the award ceremony he shatters the Pickery blade, resulting in monsters being let out into the world and turning Princess Zelda to stone. At this point, we learn about his ultimate plan, which is to find and possess the Light Force so that he can take control and rule the world. In order to stop Vati from taking over the world, the Pickery blade must be reforged. The only ones capable of doing so are the fabled and mysterious Pickery people. Since they can only be seen by small children, Link is now tasked with taking the broken blade into the Minish Woods, where the craftsman who can repair the blade resides. We now learn that the Pickery people, who call themselves the Minish, still inhabit the land of Hyrule, and oftentimes secretly help out the humans they live amongst. While en route to the Minish village, we encounter and rescue Ezlo the Inventor from some monsters who are attacking him in the woods. Ezlo, who has been turned into a hat by the evil Vati, now joins us on our quest, taking on the role of sidekick, aiding us in times of need and giving advice from the comfort of the top of our head. After meeting up with the Minish craftsman, we learn that we must first fetch the 4 energy elements hidden throughout the land, so that they may be forged into the magical blade. The remainder of the game involves seeking out and collecting these 4 elements, and forging them into the blade, so that we can take on and eliminate the evil Vati once and for all. In terms of story, this one is short, but good. There are enough side objectives and hidden objects in this game to keep this one going, and as a result, it adds to the replay value. Even though this game is shorter than most, the dual 8-bit soundtrack that accompanies it is superb. And while it's not as good quality-wise as the music found in other Zelda games, it still tends to hold up and provides an additional bit of atmosphere to the gameplay experience. There's almost a crackling sound present in some of the tunes, but overall you should enjoy the game's magical and flowing musical scores. The game offers a good mixture of original tracks as well as some remix tracks from other games in the Zelda franchise. Fans of the series will undoubtedly recognize some of these songs while they make their way through the lands of Hyrule. If there's one thing Zelda games are known for, it's their often unique and challenging dungeons. The Minish Cap is no different. Even though there are really only 4 main dungeons, they have been laid out in a rather large and challenging fashion. Each one culminating in a unique and challenging boss battle. On top of that is the ever-present maze and puzzle elements. And I'm not just talking about in the dungeons either. Sometimes you need to solve puzzles and navigate your way through mazes just to reach the entrances. Navigating your way through the Castor Wilds, for example, is fairly complex and will require you to utilize a lot of backtracking and tool usage. In the end, though, it's all worth it. The battle with Mazel at the end of the Fortress of Winds is unique and fun. In fact, I would say it's probably one of my favorites in the game. The Zelda universe consistently offers items that will aid you in your journey to punish and expel evil. Major items like boomerangs, bombs, shields, and some kind of master sword are all present in the Minish Cap. There are also some additional items that you can acquire along the way. These other items may not be unique to the Minish Cap, but they certainly give the player the ability to access, navigate, interact, and protect the world of Hyrule. Just be aware that some of these items can be tricky to find, and will often require you to do a little side work in order to obtain them. In the end, The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap is a delightful, albeit short game from the Game Boy Advance era. With its delightful story, sweeping musical scores, and charming graphics, the game is one that any fan of the Zelda franchise should own. If you missed out on this one, you may have to dole out a few bucks to find a physical copy. I've seen it selling for as high as $50, and that price seems to be going up. But fret not, young adventurer, the game is currently available for less than $10 on the Wii U eShop. So there really is no excuse for not picking it up as soon as possible. What are you waiting for? Go get it.
So there you have it. There's a few of the reasons I think Minish Cap is worthy of playing.
If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. For Rom with a View, this is Emmett. Happy gaming.